we're coming up on our riverfront property.
Oh, is that it in view?
Oh, you can see it in the distance a little bit there. My. So we've got some
Stupendous.
it's quite the complex we've built spanning the river. We wanted to have a nice location that covers two different biomes. So on one side of the river we've got a more of an arid plains, and on the other side is a nice lush pine forest. So we have a lot of different resources, and it spans that river, so we have a very convenient, constant water supply, which is obviously nice to have. And we've placed some torches, I'll call them torch boxes, that gives us some light. When the zombies approach, we can see them coming. Makes it easy to know when we're getting close to our facility. Acts like a beacon. Plus, it just looks nice. And there's a bridge. I just built that last night.
Let's go inside first, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Should we look down?
No, just go on in. Here's a nice heavy door that is, those zombies, they can't get through that.
Oh, we must close the door.
Yes, just in case they come. Now, you have a nice little bridge here, and this is probably a good place to look down.
I'm going to look down to the right, and oh my.
My. And I haven't quite finished the construction on the wall there, because that's actually completely inaccessible. You see an open spot there. But if a zombie were to approach, they would plummet to their deaths.
And they do.
They do. They do.
Side, oh my.
Yeah. So the fall in and of itself is high enough that if you fall, you will break your leg. And then on top of breaking your leg, you will fall on very sharp wooden spikes that impale you. And you die. You die. You die screaming and wailing. Which you'll see some zombies do that soon.
Torches are always good for light.
Yes. And this you see our garden, which is completely enclosed in our facility here, so we can freely, easily garden. Provides enough food that we never go hungry.
These are potatoes.
Yes.
These coffee beans.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee's good.
Yes. Gives you some energy if you're getting tired.
And we have our corn.
Staple of every American diet. Or not really, but you know.
And we have windows we can look out of.
We can see zombies approaching. We can also shoot them with arrows if we want to, with these bars.
And what you can't see is that there's also a cliff to which a zombie would plummet again.
Yes.
To their demise into the spikes.
Yes. So the zombies, this entire facility is completely surrounded by a trench filled with spikes.
Here's our back porch.
Where we like to sit and look at the beautiful garden.
And in this chest we keep our farming tools.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see. This is a shovel. Here's my garden hoe. Here are some seeds. All of these are types of seeds to do my gardening.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the white picket fence, as every house and garden should have. Oh, isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful day. Mm-hmm. Let's go in, shall we?
Let's.
Welcome.
Now this door isn't quite as reinforced, but that's because realistically you're quite safe in here. Zombies have yet to been able to penetrate our facility, that massive wall, so we don't even need a door, but Just because we're living in the apocalypse doesn't mean we have to live like savages.
Let's see, shall we go to the floating garden first?
Yes.
Okay, here's our floating garden. Look at that. Oh dear. These are glass. Now here we have goldenrod flowers. Oh, they make the best tea. Time to harvest too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Now we call this the floating garden because it is actually built in the river. So I built the walls. This part is actually in the middle of the river, but we have walls around it. So it's kind of a private pool. And this is just floating. If you come out, you can be able to see that it's kind of floating on top of the water there. So we have everything we need. And it's very peaceful out here.
Now this is our forge from which we smelt our metals to make tools and other resources that we need.
Weapons, building supplies.
Fire pit, good for cooking, though that is not our major one.
Yeah. Cooking, purifying water, things like that.
Up or down?
You can go up.
Okay, let's go to the rooftop.
Now the rooftop does need some work. We haven't figured out what exactly we want to do with it. But look at that view. Those are some maple trees providing some beautiful color and shade.
View of a bridge. We'll take you on that tour in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
My. If we look down, what do we see? Yes, the floating garden.
Yep. So we're right above there.
And this side as well. And here's our stairway that we just approached.
Yep.
And we are trying to decide what we can do with the top rooftop because it is incomplete.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As of right now, I just kind of use it as a lookout. See if zombies are approaching. So I don't think we need to go any taller to be a lookout, but we'll see. We'll think about it.
Okay, then let's descend. Back out or basement?
Basement.
Okay, our basement is where we do the majority of our work. Notice, again, it's the apocalypse. Doesn't mean we can't have artwork. We must still have culture.
Yes. As I like to say, we aren't just surviving the apocalypse, we are thriving in the apocalypse.
This is our basement. This is where we do a lot of our work. We have our supply chest. We keep all our supplies. Let me tell you, this is our cement mixer. Without this cement mixer, the construction of this establishment would be impossible.
Yes.
Along with the forge again. This is where we make our tools and some of the supplies required to build such a structure.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I won't open these, but as you can see, these are weapon supplies.
Weapons and ammo.
This is just generalized supplies that we need. We do have our food aplenty and our medical supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And then our cooking. I will show you this. This is where we keep our food. As you see, corn is aplenty. Yucca fruit. We do have potatoes. And this potato is in the raw form. And these are baked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, through these supplies, we can make a blueberry pie. Yes. We can make a meat stew. We have our bacon and eggs, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Here, guess what? Beer. Okay, and here we have red tea. We have our coffee, yucca juice, honey. I won't go on, but this is where we are.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. And we have medical supplies. Now, let's go out. Remember the cavern that you look down upon? This is where they fall.
Yep.
My.
Now these concrete pillars are quite strong. And the cool thing about it is because there's a gap there, we can not only see the zombies, we can attack them, but we've got enough space where they can't get to us. So we can shoot them with arrows, we can bust them in the head with a spiked bat, and we've got enough space behind us where we can kind of just back up if they're reaching their arm and trying to kill us and not get killed. We can also make repairs to the pillars as they damage them, which they do. As they fall down here, they'll start kicking and tearing up the concrete. They don't get much damage done before they die, but over time you have to do some repairs. And so this tunnel
Spans the perimeter.
the entire perimeter, and goes underwater as well. Now, once we get under the river, it can't be pillars anymore. Otherwise, it lets water in. So it's just kind of a closed-in tunnel. They don't attack too much in the water anyway, and if they do, well, we just let them die on the spikes that are on the outside. There's a ladder there that'll take you up to the top. Now, this part is where we are actually under the river. And then we're coming back out on the other side, and that's more of the plains or desert side.
Now just go into our trap door.
And this will take you.
Don't be afraid.
Oh, come on in. Come on in. Go on down. Go all the way down. All right. And just follow that through.
Down we go.
Up we go.
Open the secret hatch.
And this is a much heavier vault door because this is to the outside world. And we are now outside of the main facility in a little bunker. And that's because the zombies, they do like to attack from this side. And so sometimes it's just fun killing them. And sometimes we can't reach them from the inside, especially if they're attacking on the water side. So I built this bunker that, again, we've got bars so that we can see out, we can shoot them, they can't get to us. And also this makes a nice, now there's two ways in, but the only other way in before, you had to cross the river if you were on this side, and that was just kind of a pain. So now we can get in this way. Climb up. And this will lead you out. And now we're on top of the little bunker here. And it's very, very secure. Yeah, close that up. And we're on the desert side. We can collect yucca over here, which is a great food source. Also, you get some wild corn growing out here, which is really nice. And what's that over there?
Well, let me jump off the roof and go and see about that. Is that a motor scooter of some sort?
Got a little garage or a carport.
It's a carport. It's a mini bike port. Mm-hmm. You want me to get on it?
No.
Okay, we're not going to ride that now.
We're not. The controls on the bike is a little weird, so we're not going to do that right now.
But I will. I do want to direct your attention. As I said before, this is we're now on the outside looking into our sanctuary. But well, look at the spikes. How about that? All the way around the perimeter. My. You see the red on some of the spikes? Well, what do you think that means?
That's zombie blood.
It is.
And then there's a rail going around the top. Don't get back over there. And so I can actually jump up on not the roof, but on the top of this wall and walk around the perimeter, and I can just shoot them if I want to, and that just gives us an extra ledge where you can see down there. And if I just want to watch them die sometimes, which is fun.
Nice bridge.
Very nice bridge.
This would also allow us to ride our mini bikes from one side of the river to the other. Because from experience, we've learned that mini bikes don't go in the water.
They don't. They don't.
Well, I mean, they will go in the water, but
They're not coming out.
they don't. We are back on this side again.
And it is 13:05. So that's 1 o'clock, basically. The zombies, we will have a full blood moon attack at 2200 hours. So I think we should take a little bit of time to make some preparations. Make sure we've got all of our weapons ready, fill up on food and water, make sure we don't have any injuries. Just kind of make sure doors and things are shut. And we'll come back at 2200 hours and you can see what happens. You can see this in action. Bye-bye.